Well, Microsoft released a new patch for the Internet Explorer this weekend to keep hackers out of your computer.
In this week's Compute This, what you need to know and what you should do for your computer right now.
That's right. Thor Schrock is the owner of Schrock Innovations, and he joins us every Monday, like this Monday. Good to see you, Thor.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you guys,
this new
too.
patch came out. I
Yes.
don't think this was anticipated. This is something that kind of came up pretty quickly.
Yeah, when Microsoft releases patches, they have a patch schedule. It's called Patch Tuesday. It's the second Tuesday of every month. It's kind of like voting, you know, the first Tuesday after the first Monday.
Right.
But basically, they release all their patches at one time. And the reason they do that is because it allows them to test all the patches together. In the past, back in Windows 98, Windows Millennium, you had situations where they would issue a patch to fix a problem, and the patch would cause a second problem, so they'd have to release a second patch to fix the first patch. That's a lot of patching.
Complicated.
And so the release schedule is
Yeah.
designed to prevent that from happening, but there are some times when things happen like a zero-day attack. A zero-day attack is when some enterprising hacker out there finds a way to get into your computer, publishes it on the internet. Microsoft says, oh boy, we just did our patch yesterday, so we're going to get this in the works for next month.
Right.
And then you have a 30-day period where your computer is just getting killed
Vulnerable, yeah.
because it's got this huge vulnerability you could drive a truck through. Well, that's what happened here. There was a vulnerability in Internet Explorer that changed the way that Internet Explorer was handling Flash. Like when you play videos and online games and stuff, if you did a Google search, got on a page that had some Flash code, it could cause your computer to become infected with a virus, even if you have virus protection. And so Microsoft, you know, if you have Secure Updater, I mean, you got the Flash patch for this a month ago. So Adobe was on top of it. I mean, they put a patch out, but a lot of us just don't sit around and, you know, about the only automatic patches we get on our computers are Microsoft patches. So, you know, you don't have a lot of time to sit around and check up on it. Well, what ends up
Right.
happening then is you don't get the patch, you get infected, you get a $200 bill. So Microsoft pushed out this patch, an out-of-band update, which means it's a special event. One time only. They've done 2 of them this year. That's how rare it is.
But this sounds very serious that they
It
would.
was very serious.
Yeah.
We were seeing it in the service center, and they said, oh, it's only targeted attacks. Well, if targeting means everybody,
Right.
then yeah, it's targeted toward
more
everybody.
widespread. What about this Windows 8? Because we've talked about that a few times. Comes out at the end of next month.
Yes.
Does this patch affect that? Does the problem affect Windows 8?
Sure. One of the interesting things with Windows 8, if you remember a few months back, we were talking about this virus that was infecting Macs, and we were making fun of the Mac commercial where, you know, PCs sneezing in the
Right.
Kleenex, you know, is that Macs can get infected. And the reason that the Macs got infected is because Apple has built Java directly into the Mac operating system. So you can't update it. You can't correct it because it's built in. It's not like you can install the new Java and run it. Windows 8 was the only, Windows 8 runs Internet Explorer 10. There's a lot of numbers here. The new version of IE 10. And IE 10 was not impacted by this, probably because it's not out yet.
But everybody else.
Right.
But for the rest of us, if you had any
all
other
of them
version
going
than
back
10.
to Windows Millennium were everything back to Internet Explorer 6. You could have a Windows 98 computer and get infected with this virus. And so with the new version of Windows 8, where Microsoft is building Flash directly into Internet Explorer like Apple does with Java, Microsoft was a month behind Adobe on this patch. If they keep up that pace, this is not going to be a win for them with IE 10.
Right.
You're going to see a lot more vulnerabilities coming unless Microsoft speeds up their patching.
Yeah, that could be a big problem. You talked about Secure Updater earlier. Explain what Secure Updater is.
Well, we all know when there's a patch for your computer, you need to install it. They don't come out with the patches because it's fun, because they get paid a bonus if they have X number of patches in a month. You know, they come out with patches because somebody found a problem and they have to fix that problem. Well, if you don't install the patches, it doesn't matter what kind of antivirus software you had, you're going to get infected. What Secure Updater does is it's a program that runs in the background, uses an itty-bitty, tiny bit of resources, and runs in the background. And whenever there's a new update, for example, Microsoft just patched the way Internet Explorer handles Flash because Adobe released a Flash update last month. Another new update came out yesterday for Flash. So if you haven't installed your Flash update yet, you know, your computer is technically vulnerable right now. And so what Secure Updater does is as soon as we see that update, we deploy it to our cloud, and then it goes directly to your computer and installs. You don't have to hit OK. You don't have to say, do you want the toolbar or not? You don't have to do any of that jazz. It just installs silently and every time on time. You don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, and you don't have to make the decision at home, is this a joke? Am I about to be duped? Or is this a legitimate update?
Right, because we test them first before we put them up on Secure Updater. And I mean, the price for Secure Updater, right now you can go to secureupdater.com like right now and get a free 14-day trial. It's free for 2 weeks.
Test it out.
So it basically, you know, I just told you there was like 6 patches over the last week, 2 yesterday. just install it. Install the trial, let it do its thing, and after 14 days, if you want to keep it, it's $50 for the first year and $25 each additional year after that. It's like $2 a month, but it keeps your computer safe and can save you from a $200 repair.
Well, $2 a month, the peace of mind. It's great for people who don't want to mess with their computer, mess with any of that stuff.
And it's not just the $200, but I think about college students. If something happens to that computer and you're working on a paper or a project and it goes down,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the time.
You know, last
I mean,
year,
it's all
business
of us.
people, yeah.
it's
last
all of
year,
us, but-
UNL, the UNL Computer Store, their average turnaround time for a repair was 14 days.
Oh, get out.
Right.
So 14 days for a repair. That's a
bananas.
virus infection takes 14 days.
Wow.
We strive for same day, next day.
Yeah.
If you're a student or a business person, you can't be down like that. The best way to keep yourself safe is to prevent it in the first place.
Some good
right.
information about these patches, right? It's not just for your blue jeans, but
No,
our
no.
computers
I was
can
gonna
benefit
say,
too.
Sounds like my blue jeans.
You're
Schrock
right.
Innovations, three locations around the metro and in Lincoln, Village Point, South Omaha, and then the Papillion right there. And of course, like I said, Lincoln,
Right.
SchrockInnovations.com.
Listen, you don't have to be without that computer in Lincoln for more than a day. Get it there at 27th and Pine Lake Road. And Thor, it's great to have you back.
Thank you,
as
guys. I
always, sir.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
Appreciate
Well,
it.
this